democracy.
Yeah, they will never unite on, let's say, an error. The Ummah will never unite on an error. For example,
picking a leader would be a big decision. So they wouldn't unite. Picking the wrong leader.
Picking a leader is not one of those things. Okay, we're talking about theology, not politics necessarily. Okay, although politics in Islam is intertwined with theology, Islamic politics is driven by theology or theological principles, no doubt. In Islam, politics is God-centered, human-centered. This is something that even the people of Pakistan haven't realized. Politics in Islam is God-centered, not human-centered. At the moment, it's human-centered. It revolves around human beings and their deliberations and their speculations. But we have guidance from Allah. Allah has revealed the Quran upon the Prophet. Quran is the guiding force. We must use the Quran to rule our societies. And it was the Quran that gave us the rise in the first place. The Arabs were the most deprived people in the world. Lo and behold, within 50 years of the revelation of the Quran, they become the torchbearers of one of the greatest civilizations in human history. For over 1,000 years, Muslims, due to the Quran, produced some of the best scholars, best intellectuals, best poets, best educational institutions, best economic systems, best militaries, best generals.
That's because they didn't just say the people are not ready. They took the people that they had and they inspired them.
Yeah. So there were enough people to uphold the system. In Pakistan, we don't have any leader who has the balls, I'm sorry to use the word, to stand up and say, we need Islam. Islam is the solution. You guys are all a bunch of hypocrites. You're playing games. You are playing games with all the sacrifices of over 1 million people who gave their life for Islam. Those people who were killed during the partition, trying to move countries, they were killed for Islam. They didn't die for Zardari, for Ayub Khan, or for Bhutto, or for Yahya Khan. They didn't die for these people.
But the problem with your model is if you have a dynastic system, a monarchical system.
No, I'm not saying.
How do you pick the person who's going to lead and then his son's going to lead?
I'm not saying monarchical system is perfect or it is ideal. I'm not saying that. I'm saying currently.
So how do you pick your leader?
Okay, we have guidance in Islam. So you get together. We call them Ahlul Halli wal Aqd. This body of scholars, intellectuals, influentials, they come together from all walks of life. We call them in Islam Ahlul Halli wal Aqd. Okay, these are the people of opinion, the people of intellect, the people of knowledge and education. They come together and they collectively choose, not the mob. If you will leave it to the mob will choose one of them to come and rule, and that will be the rule of the mob as it is in our countries today. Unfortunately, wherever you have democracies. Even in democracies you have dictatorships, by the way. There is no clear, pure democracy in the Muslim world.
Would it matter then what fiqh or what sect they're from?
Yes. The majority, if they are Sunnis, it has to be a Sunni.
So it'd have to be a Sunni?
Yeah. The majority are Sunni.
Okay, but would
so for a country like Pakistan, you can't appoint...
Would they be Hanfi, Hanbali,
anyone.
Shafi?
Anyone, so long as he loves Islam and doesn't impose his school of law or school of thought on others. That's it. Just rule. Okay.
But who would pick him?
The people. The Ahlul Halli wal Aqd. That group of influentials.
Who picks them?
They are chosen by... That's a good question. Who picks them? They are known in the society.
So
For example, the people. No, the people.
They're known by.
Not necessarily. It can happen. It can happen that people choose them, but when they are chosen, they have to be certain criteria. Okay. You can't. I mean, look, in Pakistan, the constitution states that the one you choose has to be Sadiq and Amin. He has to be truthful and he has to be trustworthy. None of them, not one of them. I cannot say one member of the Pakistani parliament fits that criteria. Not one. Give me one name. No.
Well,
no.
you're certified.
No.
Certified.
No.
That's important.
No, it doesn't fit that criteria.
No, by that.
I'm not saying he's a bad person.
No.
I'm saying that criteria is so strict. Sadiq, truthful.
You'd have no one then.
And Amin.
it's very.
No, you would.
You just
No, you would.
disqualify.
No, you would. You would. There are people who can do it. There are people who can do it. So these have to be upright, truthful, practicing Muslims, right? Who have demonstrated throughout their lives that they are moral people.
But this is the thing. Who decides
You see, this conversation is so interesting.
Yeah.
You see now, This is how we get solutions.
And this is what young people will be kind of zoning in on now, because they're becoming more politically aware.
Yes.
Because of social media.
Absolutely.
Because they actually see the truth.
And we need to educate our youth about.
But this is where I think democracy is actually quite important. When I say, I don't care what you call it. You can call it democracy, you can use an Arabic word for it. But I think if people, because people will know, people can see through the lies.
You see,
and ultimately,
Islam.
if you control the media, then yes, you can control people as well.
Yeah.
And you can make them vote for the wrong people because you're not giving them the truth. You do need education and you need a free media. You need to be able to see everything.
No, we don't need a free media. No.
No, you need social media.
We need a moral media, because hold on.
That's controlling the media.
No. There is no such thing as free media. It doesn't exist.
No, but for example, at the moment, let's bring it to the Pakistani example.
Yeah.
You got Geo News who are blatantly lying.
They're not free.
But
they're
they're
taking money.
lying. But what we can do is we can just switch over to ARY.
Yeah.
Or we can go onto social media and actually look at certain individuals and see what they are saying, right? So all of a sudden the people have got the information.
Look, I'll tell you what will happen on free media. Free media, if you say absolutely free media, which doesn't exist in the world, it doesn't exist anywhere in the world, okay? And it can never exist. It will never exist. I'm saying this very responsibly. Absolutely free media will never exist, has never existed, it does not exist today.
It's all based on the genders.
Thank you. Thank you. So you have to draw the line somewhere.
But guess what? On social media, if you start unfollowing people, or if, for example, you don't watch Geo, all of a sudden everybody stops watching Geo News or whatever it is, their viewer figures go down, all of a sudden their advertisers don't really want to advertise on Geo, they want to advertise on ARY. It's the way in which you do things now, isn't it?
I agree.
It's the buying power, it's the vote. So actually the people that have the power are the people. Because now we have the power.
People have no power
to change things.
People have this is a sham. This is why I call democracy a sham. It's a sham. It's an absolute fraud. It's the biggest fraud in human history.
You're using social media. You're using social media.
Yeah.
And you're educating.
This is not democracy.
No. But you're educating. You're providing people like me and others who are not finding it anywhere else. You're able to search it on the internet, and now you're getting that information, which you wouldn't otherwise be able to get. So we're a much more educated, informed people than we were even 20 years ago.
Yes.
Definitely 20 years ago.
So social media is not due to democracy. It's not due to democracy.
Have you noticed the difference in the crowd
it's technology.
up here? Hyde Park.
Yeah.
How long have you been coming here?
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
When you started and the people that are coming here now, because of the influence of that.
Yeah.
So that's playing into...
The only benefit of social media is that more people can watch this stuff and learn from us.
And they make informed decisions when they are voting for people.
Exactly. But I believe voting for people, when you have four options, you are voting for one of the options. What are these four options? Death by hanging, death by burning, death by drowning, death by shooting. So you have to choose one of the... No. This is how it is. I'm sorry. Democracy, currently speaking in the world, is giving you four options. You have to die. Nevertheless, you will die.
Yeah.
You will die. You choose which mode of dying you want to go for. You want to drown. You want to burn. You want to get shot.
But don't you want to die trying to change it?
No. Yeah. If that fifth option. Yeah. But dying for these four options, how is that going to change anything? You're still dying for one of these options, right? You haven't lived to make a change.
Well, you don't know.
Yeah.
Because until you try.
So that's why I'm saying democracy is a cycle that is self-defeating. Okay.
Personally, I think the inspiration for all of it is from the Prophet. If the Prophet had that kind of negative attitude when he started off doing.
No. What are we talking about? Islam or democracy? Because both are not the same.
No, but it's the same concept.
No, it's not.
No.
How?
Getting that change, bring that change.
First of all, you need to define democracy. What do you mean by democracy?
Well, the Prophet changed people's minds. He didn't kill them into
But that's not democracy.
change. He didn't.
But that's not democracy.
No, but he changed people's
democracy.
minds. He spoke. He preached.
Democracy basically is the rule of the majority.
Well, democracy is an alternative to the thought.
No,
So
democracy is the dictatorship of the majority. Okay, if 51% vote against 49%, and 49% and 51% are basically on two different views, let's say on a given matter, 51% will rule. They will have their way. So let's say Hitler came to power in Germany, right? Hitler convinced the German people that the Jewish people are evil. They are trying to take over the world. Hence, we need to do something about the Jewish people. And then all the German people, having been, not all, of course not all, I'm saying majority jump on the bandwagon because of the propaganda, because of the control Hitler exercised over media, German media.
That's not how Hitler came to control. He didn't come to control via democratic vote.
No. After he came to power,
but he used emergency powers in the German law to give himself power.
Yes, but I'm saying in 1933 when he came to power as the Chancellor, I know how he came to power. I'm saying, how did he convince the German people to support him? He exercised immense support from the German people during the Second World War.
He's saying, correct me if I'm wrong, that your Prophet gave people the confidence to believe in him and in your faith by convincing them, right?
Yeah.
He talked to them, he convinced them peacefully, which essentially is democracy. He convinced enough people where the people then supported him. He didn't enforce anyone into supporting him. Whereas what you're advocating for is a kind of, you said in democracy, you choose death by shooting, death by hanging, death by etc.
Yeah.
The thing is, in democracy, I agree, you might not necessarily have great options, but in your system, you enforce death by shooting.
No.
You don't give the option.
No, we don't. Death is not an option on the table for us, because what we're dealing with, we're dealing with life. We're saying you follow this system, you will have life. How? Your roads will be clean, your hospitals will function, you will be happier, there won't be any corruption.
This is all great in theory, but when it comes
it's in theory.
When it comes to having a leader in power, it does go back to the main question, which I've been standing here for about 10-15 minutes, I don't think you've answered it, which is, how do you pick that leader? Because
I just told you.
No, but you as an intellectual may have one opinion about who will be a good leader. There are other intellectuals who have different opinions.
That's why, if you heard me clearly, I was saying that there is a group of people called Ahlul Halli wal Aqd. We call them the influentials. Influentials is a general term which describes most of them. Scholars, intellectuals, and influentials.
It's like the
for
House
example.
of Lords.
Okay, and all of these people, no, not the House of Lords.
But they're not elected.
No.
appointed.
And it's Islamically speaking, these influentials, they have to fit a certain criteria. For example, they have to be practicing Muslims. They cannot be openly, publicly involved in any haram deeds, drinking, womanizing, lying, cheating. If they are known to have lied, they are not acceptable.
Adnan,
Okay.
who defines what a practicing Muslim is?
Okay, I'm giving you the criteria. For example, in an Islamic court, what is a trustworthy witness in an Islamic court? When a person comes forward, the trustworthy witness is that there is no accusation against him of lying or doing something haram publicly. That's a trustworthy source. So likewise, in Islam, we have a standard. We have criteria to know who is worthy of being one of the influentials. And one of these influentials is basically a person who has not lied, who has not cheated, who has not oppressed anyone, and who has not committed any haram in public. In other words, he's not known to have been involved in drinking or drinking parties or mujras, for example. Some of our MNAs and MPs are openly involved in mujras.
There are some religious people who are corrupt as well.
Absolutely. So they shouldn't be. They cannot be there. Those religious people who are known to be corrupt, they are known to anyone who's questionable. Let's say this is the point. Anyone's anyone whose profile is questionable, like Maulana, for example, I'm so sorry to say, yeah, Diesel, yeah,
Diesel.
He wouldn't be part of that committee. In my opinion, yeah, he wouldn't be. And others.
But would you have a say?
Yeah,
that's the point.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have a
I
say.
would have a say. I'll tell you why. If I'm one of those influentials, if I happen to be one of those influentials, I can raise my voice and I can say, this guy has this accusation against him, therefore he does not fit the...
He might, because you guys are all in a room
Yeah.
making decisions and the people aren't able to have any influence over it, you're able to exert influence and power on the other people in the room.
No. If
So
there
you'll
is...
hush everything
You're
up.
able to do a hybrid model of what both of you are saying.
Let me
You're
explain.
saying a democracy.
In the science of
freedom
hadith,
selection,
in the science of hadith,
who to choose.
wait.
By the way, the word
I have an
democracy-
answer for you.
The word democracy makes it sound Western, but in the Islamic concept, there's a consensus of opinion.
Yeah,
So
so
a form
your
of democracy.
issue is that as people can't vote whoever's in that room.
Yeah, I think
You
the
guys get to
people
pick.
should have a voice.
Isn't there not an
Yeah.
option of you
Okay.
guys selecting them as a committee
Yeah.
and then
It's a
to the-
committee.
to the-
It's
to
a
the- to the
it's a
council
committee
public
of
pick?
scholars, intellectuals, influentials, thinkers.
As long as
Okay,
they fit that
who
criteria.
yeah, and they are trustworthy. They're not liars. They're not corrupt. There is no accusation of corruption against them, moral or otherwise. They belong in that committee. Anyone else cannot sit on that committee. For example, where do I get this from? In the science of hadith, we have a criteria. Who do we accept hadith from? There are perfectly moral people, but there are issues with their characters. For example, they might have, at one point in their life, they might have done something that doesn't fit the high standard of the hadith collectors. So they would put him aside. They say because it's an important issue like our theology, our belief, we cannot take our religion from someone doubtful. So we have to put them aside. Wait, let me finish. So
You have a
likewise,
jury system.
we have a
that
jury-like system, a type of jury,
By the way, the jury system
that
comes from an
chooses
Islamic
the ruler.
context.
That chooses the ruler. That chooses the ruler. We call it Ahlul Halli wal Aqd. We have this example from the life of Abu Bakr. When he was chosen by influentials. They all agreed on his choice.
Is it the same as a shura?
Absolutely.
Right. So
Yeah, Shura, but not the entire country.
Population.
That's not possible. Okay, so you choose the influentials, you choose the leaders, and then they do shura between themselves. They choose someone, and then that person becomes the
Okay,
leader.
so
This is the Islamic
So
system.
when you say that the total population don't get involved, do they get involved in their local areas to pick the person that they want to go to?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
But isn't
No.
that
Let's
a
say
better
there's a scholar who is highly knowledgeable and doesn't have any representation from his local area, and because he has that knowledge and has that character, is upright, not corrupt, okay, is not known to have done any corruption, he belongs in that committee.
But what
Okay, he
about-
will automatically take his place in that committee.
What about local people
Mm-hmm.
selecting people to represent them in the shura,
Okay.
who they believe is an upstanding, uncorruptible person?
If a tribe, let's say,
Yeah.
or if a city, they say this is our chief,
Yeah.
our guy.
Is that acceptable?
We want him to be on the committee. Then they will check him. Is he corrupt?
Yeah.
Is he truthful? Is he practicing? Is he a Muslim?
It's a bit similar to the British system then, isn't it? Because
No,
you know,
the
if you're
British
an
system,
MP, you
the
can't
British
really-
system,
don't think you
criteria,
can have previous
the
convictions.
criteria for morality is not the same as Islamic
no,
criteria.
you have to have Islamic morality. Obviously, here you've got Western morality with judges, whether or not an MP is suitable. So, has he got previous convictions? Is he a bankrupt? That kind of thing. But effectively, you're
For
saying the
example,
same thing.
Boris Johnson, who's the Prime Minister now, he has countless children with countless women, right?
But from a Western point of view,
Well, no,
yeah.
even from Western point of view, that's a problem. It's a problem. Why was Clinton thing such a big thing? Why was it? If it's not a problem, why was Monica Lewinsky affair such a big news? It was a big news because
it was big
it
news
is.
from a moralistic point of view.
Yeah.
But Clinton stayed president. Boris Johnson is still our MP.
Yeah. So yeah.
So the morals.
No,
are
he's
very
our
different.
Prime Minister. Yeah.
Prime
PM.
Minister.
Yeah.
So the morals are very different.
Now he
Obviously, you have to apply
recently
Islamic
broke the law.
morals.
He recently broke the law on
Yeah.
COVID. He's telling the entire nation, you follow these SOPs, and then he himself is having a party in the
Okay.
backyard. So now,
In a Muslim nation,
Yeah.
or particularly in Pakistan, do you think you can commit crime like that and have consequences?
where? In a Muslim
Obviously,
society,
Boris Johnson is having to pay a fine.
Yeah.
He's being paraded in the media for breaking the law.
in
a Muslim country.
a
or
Muslim
Pakistan,
society,
Yeah.
in an ideal Muslim society, you're asking me the question about an
Obviously,
ideal.
in an ideal Muslim society, they'd be punished.
Yeah.
They'd be removed from power.
Yeah, they would be
and
removed from power.
punished.
They would be
But
removed from
in
power,
Pakistan-
or they would be asked
in
to.
Pakistan, they're celebrated.
We have examples. Yeah, absolutely. So who is the problem now? Actually, you're coming to an agreement with me, right? We are now coming to an agreement. So the people celebrate the badmash. They celebrate the gangster. Okay, and not only that, they will come and help the gangster in his corruption, right? They will bring him to power.
But guess what?
Yeah.
People are coming onto the streets now.
Yeah.
Because they're seeing it for what it is.
So
power.
this is
So
why.
people power changing it.
This is why
Because
I
we
like
can't-
what Imran Khan is doing.
Yeah.
He is awakening the people. He is waking people up that, hold on a second, you can change things. Now, when he said in Karachi that you are becoming a qawm, you are now from a mob, you're turning into a nation, right? Because previously Pakistan has been a mob.
Listen,
okay, and
that
it's
is
the rule
best-
of the mob. Yeah,
That's the best line.
yeah,
Turning into a nation.
yeah.
And on that basis,
Yeah,
I think
we
should
agree.
end the discussion.
We agree.
And we
but,
agreed.
But I still believe very strongly, with firm conviction, that I have a history of 1,000 years in my mind. Okay? And I'm not willing to give that up for new experiments with different ideologies and systems when we have a system
So you
that
can hark
works.
back to the original.
Yeah,
Medina
yeah.
Kiriyasat.
So we need.
And what I'm saying is
not
you
even
can
that. The law of Islam, the
Yeah.
law of Islam, the moral system of Islam has to be applied. You have to educate the people now.
No, you
The
do.
reason why you're hungry, the reason why you're starving. Assalamu alaikum. The reason why you're starving, the reason why you
Yeah.
don't have your rights, the
Can I
reason.
just leave you with one thing?
Yeah.
The jury system. We just talked about the jury system. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
The jury system is regarded as a British concept. Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Well, it dates back how many hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It comes from the Islamic system.
Yeah.
That was, and they discovered it during the Crusades. So the Islamic system was that you are judged by the upstanding people within the community.
Yeah.
You judged by your peers,
Yeah.
a group of people.
Yeah.
Right. So they, during the Crusades, they learnt about that, and they brought it into the system, judicial system here. You know, over here, you have,
That system is not Islamic, by the way.
no, but the jury system, right?
The
So you
jury
have- you
system
judge
is
by
not
your peers.
necessarily Islamic. No,
You know, here you have-
we have the court system where
Okay.
the judge.
Can I just also mention,
Yeah.
in this country, barristers have to come from 4 inns of court, yeah? Lincoln's Inn,
Yeah.
Gray's Inn, Middle
Sure.
Temple,
Sure.
Inner Temple,
Sure.
right? That, again, came from the Crusades. Because,
Okay.
of course, in Islam, you've got the Hanbali, Hanafi, Shafi schools of thought.
Yeah.
So they introduced that over here. The point that I'm making is what Imran Khan was doing is harking back to the Medina period and taking concepts out of that and trying to bring it into the Pakistani society and reinvigorate it. Not reinvent it, reinvigorate
I
it
agree with
and
you.
bring it to the masses.
The slogan.
And that's why he's very repetitive.
The slogan is beautiful, but it has to materialize. So when you say
Inshallah,
Riyasat Medina, the Riyasat of Medina or the state of Medina has to materialize not only in words, in also practice. So what's
you got
what's
to take the steps.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta take the steps.
yeah, yeah.
Lovely
And the
talking
first
to
step
you.
is the slogan.
I've always enjoyed watching
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Sorry, I can't hear you. No problem. Just yeah, no problem. Sorry, you were asking. Yes, go ahead.
Themselves have a responsibility to step forward towards the Medina Riyasat.
Yeah.
One person can't just say Medina Riyasat is going to happen.
Yeah.
As my understanding is, the Prophet was invited to Medina.
Yeah. So that's why.
Adnan, I respect you. I
Yeah.
watched your videos
Yeah.
and you are very
Yeah.
good in history.
Yeah.
I watched all the videos.
Yeah.
So I'm not in argument with you.
Yeah, no problem.
So
Yeah.
to clarify some
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree that people have to come forward to take the position if the wrong people are there. Okay? So we need enough good people to come forward to educate the masses so that people can realize where they have gone wrong. The reason why they end up choosing the wrong people to come in power is because they themselves are corrupt. So we need to work on the people, at the same time create a group of leaders from those people, right? So we need to work on minds. We need to start investing on minds. What we do is, as the Muslim community, we raise a lot of money We raise a lot of money every Ramadan. It's the month of Ramadan. Muslim community in Britain is giving hundreds of millions of pounds towards charity, in zakat, in sadaqah, towards Syria, towards Gaza, towards Yemen, towards Afghanistan, towards other causes. Hundreds of millions. Okay, what happens? This money goes to charity causes and it helps the people, no doubt. But even if we were to invest 10% of that, forget 10%, 5% of that in creating leaders, investing in minds, educating those leaders from Morocco to Bangladesh. Let's say take 10 people from Morocco, 10 from Algeria, 10 from Libya, 10 from Tunisia, 10 from Egypt, 10 from Syria, 10 from Saudi Arabia, 10 from Pakistan, Iraq, Turkey, India, Bangladesh. You have about 200 people, Muslim minds. Send them to universities. Teach them Islamic theology, Islamic system of rule, Islamic governing. Okay, and then let them go and work in their respective lands. You will see the change. You will see the change. We are not even doing that.
Without a doubt.
We're not doing that. We need to invest in our leaders, in our youth, in our future. So how are we investing? We are sending money to build houses in a war zone, to give food, hot meals, medical aid, things like that. So we are trying to resuscitate a severely damaged body, which may die. Okay, what we need to do is we need to start working on healthy people and make them healthier so that they can come and protect those who are vulnerable, right? The reason why we have so many catastrophes and so many problems around the world as a community is because we don't have enough leaders, enough shepherds to defend us and our cause. So that will only happen when we invest in leadership. We need to invest in institutions that actually create ideological leaders, ideologically driven people. You know, when you have a leader, yeah.
Will we not have a fine line of nepotism and other factors being involved in creating that institute in the first place?
Look,
How do we overcome that?
Yeah, look, you will always have abuse. Put when businessmen make a plan, they always have the collateral. No, not even the pros and cons. They put 10% of their profit towards loss, towards products stolen, lost, broken, damage. They always calculate that. So we as Muslims, we need to be pragmatic. We also calculate that lost collateral damage. Let's say, when I say collateral, I mean lost property, damaged property, stolen property. Okay, when you invest in a business from your warehouse, you have, let's say, stuff worth £100,000, 20,000 pounds worth stuff is gone missing. But you still have 80,000 pounds worth. I'm talking about that 80,000 pounds. Yeah. I don't want to be lynched. I don't want to be lynched. But yes, that's why they're there. I believe they want to change. They want a positive change. The reason why they support Imran Khan is because they see a glimmer of hope in him. And I wish he can deliver. Inshallah, if he's given the chance, I believe he will deliver. He's old now, he's had his fun, and he has found the way, as we can see. He's not perfect, no one is perfect. So maybe he will bring about a change, or maybe he will actually make people realize that we can change.
I think it shows, I don't know, the last time I ever saw Pakistanis come out on large scales was when Western was going to be hacked. I was going to be pretty young.
70s here? 70s. Wow, okay. Okay, you remember that, huh? 1979 or something. Yeah.
That was the last time I saw any Pakistanis come out for anything. So this goes to show that people's hearts, their sentiments have been touched.
And I really cherish that. This is a good sign. This is not a bad sign. That people, if they are waking up and they are realizing that our country is corrupt and there is something we need to do, these people are a glimmer of hope for us. That they have woken up. It's not about personalities. It's about concepts. Okay, the concept is that we need a change. We need a better future for our children. Otherwise, if we continue with status quo, the future is grim. It is worse. Our population is growing, and you have no sanitation. If you go to Karachi, It's the dirtiest city in the world. How can it be? I mean, the people of Pakistan.
Yes, the cleanest people. Someone I saw a documentary not so long ago, and he stated that there was a time when the Muslims were the cleanest people on this planet Earth. Because of wudu we did everything else. We kept, as you know, in Europe.
We should be the cleanest people in the world. We should be.
He said at that time, just going back to the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah.
When they came to Europe.
Yeah.
So he was
So-
comparing the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yet, I always say to my family and everyone at home, if your bathroom and kitchen is clean, you will be clean.
Yeah.
And then comes the outside.
Yeah.
Because you can look after those places where the most dirt is.
Yeah.
You can look after yourself and look after
Exactly.
the country.
Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
I agree.
think there needed someone there like you
There is, there's a lot happening there, so I'm not needed there at the moment. My place is in a university or in a place like this where I can get my voice out. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you so much. Allah bless you. Thank you. May Allah accept from us. Thank you. Thank you, guys.